Hey guys, just want to make a quick video this morning. It is 5:38 um on hand placement within the mouse. Not within, but hand placement on the mouse, how it relates to sensitivity and keybinds. It's been on my mind. I was thinking about it while I was just getting ready this morning, and it occurred to me that a lot of people don't actually know how to properly hold the mouse to minimize damage to their hand. I encourage you to go and watch any videos that you can on YouTube about hand stretches and the ideas behind orthopedics relating to the hand, just sort of physical therapy, just good content to understand how your hand actually works with the tendons, the pulleys, pulleys being your ligaments or parts of them, and yeah, just your bone structure. I think it's really important so that way you know how to not get tendonitis, how to not have any pulley ruptures or partial ruptures. And I don't believe anybody's going to be tearing anything in their hand while playing Fortnite, but you never know with repeated wear and stress what could happen, really, if you're not doing it the right way. So yeah, just wanted to get that out of the way. Now, I had a really great question asked to me the other day by one of the viewers of a post I made, and he asked, "Hey, how do you hold your mouse?" And I was like, "Interesting. I've never been asked that before." So, but it's a great question, and the way that I hold it, you can kind of see it looks like I'm almost claw gripping it. Claw being fingertip grip, but I'd say it's a bit of a hybrid of palm and fingertip. So what I'm doing here is I'm lightly gripping the left-hand side, the thumb side. I'm just underneath these mouse buttons with my thumb. I have my index finger right over mouse 1, my middle finger over mouse 2. And then on this side, this is interesting, I'm just kind of arcing my ring finger and pinky finger here and only making contact on these points right here. I'm just on the sides. And I'm holding really, really lightly. I'm not actually gripping fully with the pads, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not gripping fully with these pads. I'm kind of using the sides. So I have this light grip here, and rather than being elevated off of the playmat, like so, like a true fingertip or a claw grip where my palm isn't touching, I actually have it seated in the base of my palm. So you'll see right here this little elevated strip on your palm, right where your thumb muscles are and lie. That's sort of where one side of the mouse lies for me. For me, it's right there. And then the other side, interestingly enough, actually rests right here, which is that place you always seem to get a callus whenever you're working with your hands. Right here, just below your pinky and ring finger. So those are the 2 points of contact for my palm. And what this allows me to do is maintain a low sensitivity in games. I play 40 eDPI, so 400 DPI with a 0.10 in-game sensitivity. My scoped and targeting sensitivity is 0.60. And what I like to do is keep this grip so that way I can do large sweeping motions. But when I need to, I can snap by using my fingertip, kind of pushing away from my palm, if you will, or going in several different directions. It looks kind of funny, actually. But what I'm doing is making micro adjustments here. And then I can immediately go back to doing sweeping motions because I have that connection now. I just pull it back in slightly, and I have that connection with my palm. So the reason why I wanted to talk about binds and the way you hold your mouse and your sensitivity is because if I had any higher of a sensitivity and I felt any sort of nervousness or anxiety, performance anxiety, whatever you want to call it, within a tournament setting, what would happen is that I would tense up really tight, most likely. That's what I've been known to do. Tense really tight, grip the mouse really hard. And what happens here is I'm pretty much limiting myself in my ability to do these snaps because I'm gripping it so tightly and I'm pretty committal with it rather than just sort of having a light fingertip grip and just being able to quickly snap and do adjustments as I need, as I see fit. And it made me realize that a lot of players who play on high sensitivity do this fingertip grip. And if they do find themselves being really tense and gripping really tightly, that's going to be cause for potentially missed shots. And then if you're maintaining that light fingertip grip, as even through that anxiety, maybe the shaking comes into play, and that's why you see so many people get shaky in tournaments. So mentality is very important if you have that high sensitivity. For low sense players, if you're doing a palm grip, and you're making these sweeping motions like so, oh jeez Louise, just be aware. Hold on. Just be aware that your ability to do these adjustments is really difficult. These snaps, so to speak. So just keep that in mind. And in relation to actual binds on your mouse, if you're doing a full fingertip grip and you're having to remove your thumb off the mouse or kind of angle it a bit to hit a bind on your thumb, just know that you're probably not playing optimally. Be aware of that. That's just reality. I don't know how you could convince yourself that moving some placement of one of your fingers on your primary aiming hand is going to not impact your aim in any way. That's just not. I mean, unless you hold your mouse like a psychopath, like clicks, and you're using some middle mouse buttons right here while you're playing, which still these two tendons actually for your middle and ring finger, they actually they meet here, and so that's kind of why whenever one, anyway, there's the whole science behind it. Maybe I'm actually thinking about these two. Don't listen to what I'm saying. Watch some videos. Fuck. Anyway, that's been on my mind today. So if you're a low sense player, relatively low, I would say that 40 EDPI feels pretty high, actually. Feels like a relatively high sense for me. Just keep in mind that if you have any mouse binds and stuff, that you're probably limiting yourself. And if you're not gripping your mouse properly and you're not really putting careful consideration into how you're approaching your aim, then you may also not be optimizing your play, and there's some room for improvement there. So that's all for me today, or at least for this morning. I gotta go to work, but I will be back later today, and I will see you then.